Good evening, family. Good evening. Welcome to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Hey, family, happy Thursday. Woo! Thank you all so much for allowing me to join you on your ride home. Join you as you cook dinner, help the kids with their homework. You all, yes, they have homework. Now, look, you guys, I got a new mic, so let me know if I'm too loud with the mic. Do I need to hold it in my hand? Do I need to bring it down? Let me know what I got to do because you all can hear me. It sounds just fine to me. But again, I don't even realize when I'm being loud in real life, just having a normal conversation. But guys, listen, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our Facebook page, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot. Go to our YouTube channel, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot Radio. Jay is spelled Jaye. Also, hit us up on Instagram, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot, Jaye. Guys, we have an amazing show lined up for you all on tonight. Listen, plenty of hot topics, plenty. Listen, I want to get started with this first hot topic, and let me know what you all think about this. I mean, look, we have talked about this. This keeps coming up, but listen. You got your y'all boy. I'm gonna say y'all boy because I think that he's a strange fish. I think that he's a strange kind of dude. But Cam Newton. So Cam Newton has been on a podcast running his mouth as he always do. Now listen, I have respected him, his game, how football, being a football player, but I'm gonna be honest with you all. That brother troubles me. And I'm going to tell you why. His latest statement, he just said that women that have multiple kids, that their value, that their worth lowers. The more kids a woman has, the lower her value is. What do you all think about that? And I'm like, we had to talk about this again because, again, it's just so disheartening that you have some men that keep saying, these negative things like that about, listen, first of all, if women do not give birth and have babies, then how are we populating the world? How is the world going to go on if women are not having babies? I don't understand. He didn't say single women. He didn't say baby mamas. He said women. He said the more kids a woman has, the lower her value. And I want to know, do you all think that statement is true? Is that a true statement? The more kids a woman has, the lower her value is. And if you believe that statement is true, tell me why is that? Because to be a mother is a flipping privilege and an honor. But let me just back it up though. So I want to know, does that statement apply to his mama? Because his mama got 3 kids. So Cam, has your mother's value lowered since she had you and you have 2 other siblings? Does that statement apply to your mama? With all due respect, not trying to go there, not trying to be disrespectful about anybody's mother, but I want to ask that question. If women's value lower when they have children, sir, does that apply to your mother? Because your mother has multiple children. So does that mean that your mother's value is lower because she has children? I just want to know, because according to what you're saying, and when I say we're talking about Cam Newton, according to what Cam Newton is saying, every time a woman has a baby, her value is lowered. Fellas, maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. I want you all to tell me, because you tell me, listen, Jay, you're doing too much. The brother has a point. And if the brother has a point, please help me understand that point. How does a woman's value lower because she has had children? Again, she may not be the woman for you. Again, let me clarify this. He didn't say baby mamas. He just said women in general. when women have children, the more children they have, the lower their value is. Since when did we start putting value on women like that? Like, to me, just hearing that as a woman, as a mother, I feel like that's a very disrespectful statement. Even if I wasn't a mother, the fact that I have a mother, the fact that without women having babies, we don't have, none of us exist. If you didn't come from, if a woman didn't give birth to you, then we don't exist. So we have to do better. It's imperative that we stop with these foolish narratives. Cam Newton, your platform is too big. You have too many people following you and looking up to you for you to say such idiotic things. And I'm going to say it is very disrespectful and is very idiotic, especially since you a baby maker. Every you dipping your hockey, you dipping your football in all kinds of chicks. He got like 8 or 9 different baby mamas. So are you saying you're intentionally going out and giving these women children so that their value will be lowered? Is that what you're saying? Is that why you got all these baby mamas? Because something internally is wrong with you and you need to talk to somebody? I don't understand. If you feel like women's value lower when they have children, sir, why do you have so many different baby mamas? Like, you got to make it make sense. Are you doing this intentionally? Because he got baby mamas. He ain't married. You the baby maker. He's a professional baby maker, and he feels justified, baby, because he got a car. He got all these cars. He got all these millions. So he feels justified in creating all of these broken homes. All your kids don't live with you. Some of those kids, out of 8 or 9 kids, the bulk of those kids are going to go without. What do you mean go without? They're going to go without your presence. You're going to see them on the weekend, or you're going to see them when you can. You can't be at 9 houses at one time. So what's your point for saying this? But fellas, let me know. Is this statement true that Cam Newton made? When a woman has a baby, the more children she has, the lower her value becomes by the more children she has. Let me know what you all think, because again, let me know. Because baby, when I saw that, I was ready to jump in Cam's inbox and be like, bruh, listen, dude, please go sit on somebody's couch. Go hug your mother. Go hug your grandmother. Hug somebody, because the stuff that you're saying, clearly you did not get enough love as a child. Clearly you did not get enough attention. And you know what? If I'm not mistaken, because I've watched this show from time to time, I don't think he was raised by his parents. So that would make sense. If he was raised by his grandparents, he has a problem. He has mommy issues, and he has to go and get that addressed. He definitely has to get that addressed. If I'm not mistaken, he was raised by his grandparents. So that would make sense why he says the negative things that he say about women. But let me know, you all. Drop it in the comment. Let me know. Am I tripping? Because I could be. I could be. Or is Cam Newton tripping? Because again, when he's saying all this, again, my one question is, sir, does that apply to your mother? That's the only thing I want to know, is does that statement apply to your mother? Because your mother has multiple children. Your mother has 3 children. Has your mother's value as a woman lowered because she has 3 children? With all due respect, again, I don't believe in, going in on nobody's mom. I'll go in on Cam all day long. But I'm asking that question from a respectful place. Does that mean that your mother's value is lowered because your mother has 3 children? And if you're not going to put your mother in that category, why would your mom be the exception when you're saying women that have children, their values are lowered? Listen, please, 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 can we please, this is too early in 2026 to carry on with this. Can we start building up each other? Can we start speaking life and positive things and positive affirmations? Can we start doing that? Because every time, and I'm going to say this, it's so disappointing because these comments are almost always, always coming from a brother. Always. Like, come on. Can we catch a break? Do you all not understand what is going on and while they're doing this? Like, we just fall just right foot. We just falling right in the path. You just right for the falling for the old okie doke. Keep falling for the okie doke. It is a setup. It's a setup. Jay, how is it a setup? To keep Black families apart. It truly is. So Kim, please go hug your mother. Please tell us something nice, get some therapy, whatever you have to do to fix that tick that causes you to say such nasty and vile things out that opening that you call a mouth. Please go and do something, like use your platform, use your following for something positive outside of bashing mothers and bashing women. And again, it's such a you're such a contradiction, because you have a slew of women with kids. So I don't get it. Like, you got a ton of kids. So please don't he gets on his show. Just because you have the money doesn't mean that you're a great father. If you have daughters, when your daughter has a baby, you're telling her that now she will no longer be worth it. So she will no longer have any value. So watch the things that you say, because it applies to someone in your family. And now you won't like it when that comes back. And now we're asking, well, do you mean that applies to your mom as well? Like, does that statement apply to your mother as well? I don't know. I don't get it. But somebody give this man a hug. Now, listen, speaking of giving this man a hug, you all let me know what you think about this. Look, hold on. This next hot topic. Ladies, can your husband or your significant other, if you guys have been in a committed relationship, living together, that whole thing, can he tell you what to wear or how to wear your hair? Can he tell you, nah, babe, I don't like that outfit. That look like, yeah, you looking like you are the streets with that outfit on, or like, yeah, no, I don't like that color on you. I don't like your hair like that. Can your husband, ladies, tell you what to wear and how to wear your hair? Why or why not? Would you be offended if he said, you know what, change your clothes? And more importantly, ladies, if he asked you to change your clothes, would you change your outfit? If he says, you know what, I'm not feeling that outfit for whatever reason, would you change your outfit, or would you go back and forth, and would you have to, you're going to have to let him know you're going to have to let this brother know what's what? What do you all think about that? Would you change, ladies, would you change your outfit? Would you be offended if he asked you, you know what, babe? Yeah, I'm not feeling that right there. I need you to do a little bit better than that with that outfit. I'm not feeling the hair. I need you to change that. But you know what? Here's the thing. And he's saying it in a loving way. So he's not saying it being disrespectful or anything like that. How would you feel? Now, for me, I feel like you can tell a person and say just about anything. It's the way you do it. So if my husband, I ain't married yet, but listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. So honestly, watch this. Real honest. Now, today, me, I would, definitely be listening, and I would definitely just change clothes. He asked me to change clothes. Jay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, bada bing and bada bang. Yeah, they doing a little bit too much. I don't need everybody, looking at all, listen, they jiggling, baby. I'm gonna need you to put them up. Got you. Don't even worry about it. Or got some pants on, got something on. Listen, that booty is munching. You listen, you walking, and that booty just chewing up the pants, your underwear. If you got any on, it's just doing too much. Now he likes it for him to be able to see it, but he don't want you going outside and your booty is the cookie monster. Your booty just eating because and listen, and then it's jiggling. Listen, the reals, y'all know them real ones. The phony ones, I gotta just clap them together and do all that other stuff. Them real ones, you walk. And them bad boys just move. You walk and they eating them. You walk and it's just munching. Can your husband say, babe, man, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that outfit. Like, I don't like that outfit. Can you change what you got on? Can you put something different on? Can we, I'm not feeling it. Or do he even have, look, you don't even got to give a reason. Yeah, I don't like that on you. Can you change? Or you go, your hair is long and you go and you decide to cut your hair. Would you consult with your husband before doing something drastic? Now, listen, some dudes don't even care, but then you got some dudes that do. Know your dude, know what will make your dude tick and know what doesn't. But I will say this before doing it, and it's just my opinion, but before doing anything drastic, like this is short. If I had long hair, which I do have long hair, but to go from long hair to short hair like this is drastic. So if I was thinking about making a drastic move, I would probably see what he think about it. Because again, do you want to do something for you? You like it, but now your man lose his attraction to you. Well, have we ever thought about that? It's like, okay, you sitting up here wearing this, and then you wondering why he's looking elsewhere. He ain't looking, he probably don't have the heart to tell you like, babe, that style ain't it. That, it ain't that. So instead of him doing that to hurt your feelings, he'll start looking at a little some extra. Now you mad, rightfully so. Would you talk to your husband if he said, you know what, I'm not really, feeling those clothes? Would you change? Or would you just keep doing? If he says, you know what, listen, babe, it's too much makeup. He's like, listen, I like you natural. I don't think you need all of that. Would you be upset? Would you be offended if your man said, you know what, listen, it's too much. It's too much. I need you to do a little bit better with that makeup. Like, come on, he like, babe, do you have to put the entire container? Or do you have to put all the colors on? Do you have to put all of that on? Can you turn it down just a wee bit? Would you be offended? Would you listen? Would you take your husband's advice or your significant other's advice if he asked you to change what you're wearing, or he said, you know what, babe, I don't think, I'm not really feeling that style, on you, I like this style better? Or would you be like, I'm grown. I don't need nobody trying to tell me what to do. How you going to try to tell me I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. I know how to dress myself. I know how to see. So now y'all know some of us will definitely go there. Some of us will be so quick to fight, but you listen, come on, let's bring it back on in. If he asks, that's your husband. You chose him. What about your significant other or your consistent boo? If he asked you that, does he have a right to ask you that? Or are you the type of woman that would say, you know what? Listen, Jay, that's a husband request. You know what? And let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all trip me out with those. Listen, if you playing house, don't be selective about the things that you're doing that falls into these categories. Some of you all trip me out with that. You gonna sleep with the man, you busting it wide open, but you ain't gonna cook for him. Oh, that's I'm not a wife. Wait, what? You slobbing on Bob, but you got a problem with cooking the man some food. You backing it up, doing all kinds of freaky things, but you have a problem with but where you washing his clothes or cleaning his house. Now you going to up, girl, bye, boom, you going too far. Oh, I'll do all these nasty, disgusting things to him, and he ain't my husband. Oh, but please don't even fix your mouth to ask me to cook nothing for you. Those are husband privileges. Huh? I don't. Okay. Help me understand. You don't have a problem with doing all kinds of nasty things to him sexually. You don't have a problem with that. You don't have, but I draw the line when you ask me to cook you something. Huh? Okay, I'm trying to understand. Now, you can do all kinds of freaky things with him. You can give him threesomes. You can do all kinds of stuff. You do his friend. You do whatever it is he wants you to do. But then the man asks you to cook him a meal. And you draw the line up. That's a husband duty. That's a husband privilege. If he ain't putting no ring on it, I ain't finna be in there cooking nobody. Wait, huh? So giving him all kinds of nasty relation. You can give him the nastiest relations that there is out there. No problem with that. That ain't considered wifely privileges. That ain't considered husband privileges. But to fix the man a sandwich, to close to fix, you can have this man's baby. But that ain't a husband privilege. But this man asks you to clean his house. That's reserved for my husband. Let's stop half playing, okay? If you busting it wide open, nothing else. That should be the biggest privilege that should be for husbands and wives. So if you're not waiting to do that, then I don't think that. Now, let me know what you are. I could be wrong. But if you're not waiting to serve that thing up, if you serving that thing up, why does he have to wait for anything else? I don't understand. Like, help, please. Again, I want you all to help me out tonight, because a lot of times I know that I struggle with some things, and this may be an issue that I'm struggling with. But somebody help me understand, why is it that we're selective? A lot of women, we're selective about the things that we will do for a man because we're going to say it's husband privileges, which I believe that there should be things that should be reserved for husbands and wives. However, the biggest thing being sex, relations. But if you had that and that should be the biggest thing, I don't think anything else should be off limit. Like, it doesn't. Help me understand it. Help me see how the biggest thing that makes you all one, which is physical relations. Listen, some of us is busting that thing wide open. You inbox them, and 2 hours later, y'all done met up and y'all busting it wide open. No problem. Cook me a little something. That's only for husbands. He ain't my husband. I'm not gonna be sitting up here cooking on me. Wait, what? And you was just down on you just down on your knees doing some ungodly things to this man that's not your husband. But this man can't get a sandwich from you. This man can't get a meal. He can't get nothing because he ain't your husband. But you weren't thinking about that. So you don't have that same standard when you busting it wide open. Fellas, the same thing with you all. If you are busting it, you busting that thing wide open. I'm not going to be doing this for her. She ain't my wife. But the biggest thing, which is physical intimacy, we don't have a problem with doing that and not bringing and not being selective about that. But we have a problem with doing physical things, natural things that don't cost you anything. It don't cost you nothing personally. You're not sacrificing anything, a part of yourself, to cook this man a meal. You not sacrificing anything for yourself, fellas, if you paid her bill. That's only for wives. Can we in 2026, can we just stop with, can we stop with the stupidity, please? Can we please, if you busting, this just be the rule. If we busting it wide open, nothing should be off the table. No request. You should be able to cook him a meal. You should be able to clean his house up. She should be able to depend on you to go pick the kids up from school or put some gas in her car or change her oil or whatever it is that she needs you to do. You all should be able to depend on you. And before you ones that, this prostitution, I got to say it like that because, I don't want to get flagged. This prostitution. It's not. I'm not saying prostitution is when you go out and you say, I'm not doing this until I get this. That's what it is. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. If we have busted wide open, we have exchanged bodily fluids, we have done the horizontal mumbo and then some, we should be able to do something as simple as cook a meal, clean this house up. Fellas, you should be able to put some gas in a car, make sure the tires pressure check, whatever it is she needs you to do as that dude, you should be able to do it. Ladies, vice versa. If you busting it wide open, why can't he ask you, man, I'm going to be working late all this week. Do you think you can cook me something? Can you cook me something for the week? Why can't he ask you that without you saying, that's husband. You've already given him the number one thing that you're supposed to say for your husband. You've already given it to him. You all have already enjoyed each other's nakedness. So nothing else should be off limit. Like, I don't understand why the hesitation comes in now that, they're asking you to do something that, in my opinion, a lot of times you really don't want to do it. You had no intention on doing it. That's why you give people such the pushback that people get is because you really don't want to do it. But you know what? It's still early in the year, so we still have enough time to correct that crazy behavior. But you're not going to be doing this. You're not going to be doing all that. I ain't going to get too great. You ain't going to be doing all that. Hey, Mom, sorry if you're looking. You're not going to be doing all of this. And then the man can't ask you to cook him a meal, okay? You're not going to be doing, we not going to be doing it, okay? I could be wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way because, again, sometimes I see things a little bit differently that people don't. I look at things a little bit differently. So let me know, am I looking at this the wrong way? Let me know, guys. What do you all think? Again, if you are with a chick, you all are not married, but you busting it wide open, Y'all having fun, playing house and all this other stuff. Now she asks you, you ask her to do something, you ask her for something, but now she doesn't want to do it because she's saying that, you know what, we not married. That's specifically for my husband. I'm gonna wait till I get married. What you waiting for? You ain't wait to bust that thing open. You didn't wait to drop it like it's hot. So why now? Why be brand new? Why act like you brand new because he asked you to do something for him? Now you want to be brand new. Out. That's just for my husband. Again, if you have done the horizontal mumbo, please just go ahead on, just forget about it. Just go ahead and bust it wide open. Don't give them no excuse. Don't give them no lip. Don't give them no back talk. Don't do any of that. Just go ahead on and just let this man have his way with you, because again, you've already done the number one thing that puts you all together and makes you all as one, and that's busting it wide open. But again, I'm not trying to run your life, ruin your relationship. I'm saying that we need to stop with this selective stuff, though. Seriously, oh well, this is just for husband. This right here is just for husbands. I'm not doing all this for all these other. I'm not doing that. Please stop. That's what I'm saying. That's just what I'm asking for. Can we stop that part right there? If we busting it wide open, then we should just be able to go ahead on and just say, you know what, whatever it is, I'm gonna do whatever. Fellas, again, if she needs you to get the oil changed in her car, don't sit up there and say, oh, I'm only doing that. Man, that's only for wifey. That's only for wifey. Sir, you've already done everything that should be for wifey. Y'all have already become, in the technical sense, you've already become man, y'all already become. So why, just put all these extra stipulations on things? And I think that people do that because, again, they have no intention on, doing right by you. Sometimes when you get all these excuses, sometimes y'all just got to sit back and just watch people and just listen to what people say and listen to what they do and just kind of listen and see how people move. You'd be surprised to find out the rat wheel and the hamster wheel that they have you on when you start to really look at things and look at the way the relationship is flowing. Now, guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now, what do you all think about this? Again, guys, listen, some of this, look, just look. So we have Lisa Ray McCoy. She's saying that a man must pay all of her bills, all of them. She says she won't even get involved with a man if he does not pay her bills. What do you all think about that? Are you on board with her saying that? Like, what do you all think about Lisa Ray saying, you know what? If a man don't pay my bills, I'm not interested. I am not interested. And here's a woman, she clearly has her own. But that's one of the things that she expects from a man. She expects a man to pay her bills and take care of her. What do you all think about that? Do you all think that, you know what, listen, ma'am, no, not today. We're not doing that. Or are you like me and say, you know what? If she's telling these people that this is what she expects, I mean, why not? Like, go for it. I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't think that she is being delusional. I totally think and I totally know that she can get it. Like, men would be falling at their feet, paying for her bills and taking care of her. But let's just bring that down from, Lisa Ray's level, because I feel like this. Men that have money, they don't typically care about spending money. Like, they really don't. But let's bring that down to a more relatable level. Let's just talk about you and I. Do average, just every day, I'm gonna say your ordinary women, your ordinary woman, is that a fair, and is that a realistic approach and a realistic expectation for a woman? And she's saying just dating these men. I expect him to pay all of my bills. And if he doesn't pay my bills, I'm not interested in dating him. That's just for the average everyday brother. Are women looking at this? Are they being unrealistic when they think and they say things like that? You know what? He has to pay all of my bills in order for us to date or be together. He has to pay all of my bills. And I'm looking at it. You all, look, ish is expensive, okay? Like, stuff is really, really, really expensive. It's really expensive. And if, ladies, let me just appeal to us really quick. If this man is not deep in the six figures and he has his finances together, because here's the thing, I hear a lot of women saying, well, he got to be making six figures and this and that in order for you to be interested in him and all this other good ish. But my question, and I always sit back and kind of think, what good is you requesting a man to make six figures and he's in six figures worth of debt? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you can have six figures and be living a 7-figure lifestyle. So now you're in the red. Like, your money, the lifestyle you live is here and your money is here. It's like they're not even waving at each other. Your lifestyle and your money is looking up at each other like, how you doing, big dog? It just don't, like, they don't meet. The ordinary dude, the ordinary woman, what Lisa Ray is asking for, in my opinion, is realistic and it's doable for her and the circle that she runs in. Because most of the men that she will entertain and attract, they got it like that. But if you got the everyday brother, the ordinary brother, and I'm not saying, listen, no shade, no shots taken, no nothing. That's the only word that I can think of. If there's a better word, drop it in the comments so I can use it, because I'm not trying to minimize the hardworking everyday brother, the hardworking everyday man. That request that Sister Lisa Ray has, that ain't gonna fly most of these. Do you know how much stuff costs? Listen, ish is expensive. This man don't have the money, the expendable income to be taking care of your bills and his bills. And that don't mean he ain't a man. That means that he works hard for his money to take care of his household. He ain't making enough money to take care of your household as well. What are you doing as a single woman expecting a single man to take care of your household expenses? I don't get it. Again, Lisa Ray can do that. Lisa Ray runs in the circles. That can be her I only deal with men that pay all of my bills and all of my expenses. Lisa Ray can do that. Is she better than you or I? No. She's in that circle and she has access to those men. Now, if you are a woman that has access to those type of men, rock out. Like, rock out. I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with that being, your request. The problem comes in is where you put those expectations on brothers that you know that's they not living like that. And it don't mean that they not good dudes. He work hard for his money. He don't have his rent $3,000, your rent $3,000. So $6,000 just on rent or mortgage. Wait, what? And you mad at him because he don't have it to pay yours? You looking at the wrong way, sis. And I'm saying this is because I see and I talk to a lot of people, and I'm tired of us missing good people because, our math, things are not really lining up the way that they should. Like, we're looking at some things a little bit differently. We're looking at them at a lens that, we got to kind of like just clean it off and just, refocus and just, get everything right. Again, that request, Lisa Ray can totally request. I want a man, and I only deal with men that pay all of my bills and my expenses. Lisa Ray can totally do that. Have no problem with it. More power to him. Listen, he got a friend, send him over here. Send him this way. But for the ordinary, everyday brother, I don't think the ordinary, everyday sister should be putting that same type of pressure or have those same type of expectations that Lisa Ray has for a man that of that financial caliber. Does that make either one of those men any better as far as being men? Not at all. Not at all. Because again, men that have it, ladies, like they do it. Like they spending money. They spending money on you. They pass money out to everybody because money is not a thing to people that got it. Money is only a thing to those of us that we just try. Listen, I need a few more coins up in here, and I promise you, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be calm, and I'm gonna be collected. I'm gonna be all right. If I get a couple of more coins up in here, I'm gonna be all right. That's some of us. But for those that got it, listen, they say it ain't tricking if you got it. Listen, speaking of tricking, if you got it, what do you all think about this? This barber, now this is getting real. This is talking about if we got it or not. This barber, he is calling out other barbers for upcharging clients in the hood. Some of these barbers are charging their clients $100 for a haircut, opposed to the $40. What do you all think about that? Fellas, what do you all think about that? Has your barber gone up from 40 to 100? And look, I'm a woman and I just sit back and I'm just like, it is expensive. But I will say this, it's not as expensive as what women pay to get their hair done. But I think that women, we have a little bit more flexibility because we can choose to not go in there and need to get $500 or $1,000 worth of weave and then need to go in there and then spend another $700 getting it sold in and all this other stuff. So ladies, I think we have a lot more options and a lot more flexibility. But fellas, are you guys experiencing this with your barbers? This barber is saying, listen, barbers, we in the hood. Why are you charging your clients $100? That is astronomical. That is ridiculous. The same people that built your business up, now you are, and I'm with them on this. You choose your prices wisely. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to do their business, how to run their business, but when you know who your clients are, I'm with him. Why would you jump from $40 to $100? That just killed your business. So that just went, listen, you went from having 50 people to maybe 20 people that can pay you that $100. And maybe you're like, okay, well, listen, I'm still breaking even. I'm still doing good. But what about the people that helped you, establish your reputation, establish your business? They've been faithful with you through all of these years. And so now you cut a celebrity hair. So now you calling yourself a celebrity stylist and all this. And I have no problem with that. But know your clients. Like, what about your regular day ones? Are we so consumed with just making money that we don't care about our day ones anymore? We like, please, I'm up here now. Listen, I'm cutting ball players' hair. I'm able to charge this and this and that. I'm doing this, that. Okay. And we're happy for you. But do you have to spread that same price down? Like we just talked about a few minutes ago, Lisa Ray can charge, tell she want men to pay, her bills and everything, but $100 for the ordinary man in the hood that's working a 9 to 5, that's out there trying to take care of himself and his family. Does this man really have $200 a month to get his hair cut? If his haircut once every 2 weeks, does he really have $200 in expendable income to get his hair? That's almost half of somebody's car note. That's somebody's light bill. That's somebody's gas bill. That's somebody's cell phone bill for the amount that barbers are now starting to charge. Again, I'm not trying to tell nobody how to run their business, how to run their life. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not trying, not doing that. But what I'm saying is, like, be mindful of your customers. Be mindful of your day ones. Be mindful of people that are doing a thing for you. Be mindful of that. Like, you got to be mindful of that. Like, be mindful of those people that are coming every day. And listen, give that type of customer service, because listen, you all, we are in a day and time, and I'm just like, what is happening? Sometimes our customer service, I'm just going to be honest. Customer service for a lot of people have went by the wayside. Customer service is gone, never to be heard again once more. It's like, people, listen, people, be careful with who you do business with, because everybody don't have a business sense. Everybody does not practice and have good business etiquette. And then being a customer, make sure that you are a respectful customer. You cannot go in people's establishments cussing them out and then thinking you're going to get some good service. You cannot. I think a lot of people, some people, I'm going to say some people, some business owners, you can tell, like, if they gonna scale up or if they not. You can provide a good service, but if your customer service or your people skills suck, I really don't know how far you're going. I really don't know how far you're going if you don't treat people that support you right. Listen, everybody from Chicago, especially the West Side, we all know, I'm just going to say the taco joint that we all love, but we also despise the customer service. You get up in there, before you go up in there, you just be like, okay, let me, you literally have to start just stretching and getting your body together. Just, you like, okay, I got to make sure you listen, you got to go in there ready for war. Just to get you some god dang on tacos, you got to go in there you got to be ready for war, baby, because you go up in there and that attitude, and I'm not even going to say the name. I'm not going to put them on blast, but if you from Chicago, you, especially that dang on West Side, you already know what taco joint I'm talking about. We love the tacos, but baby, their attitude be so god doggone. You literally have to just be like, you have to start chanting or doing something. And now, listen, in the 90s, people dealt with that more because they really didn't have any competition. But in today's world, listen, there's another restaurant, there's another taco joint right across the street from your spot. So I don't and this is why I say people with businesses and customer service, your competition is literally steps away from you. And you still got nasty attitudes. You still got people in here with poor customer service, going back and forth, arguing with your customers, giving your customers attitudes. All they gotta do is walk out and go right across the street to the other man. You gonna go past the brother man because you don't want to deal with that foolishness up in that joint. And now you go to the other man and you get your service. Now I will say this. Some of us, we need to stop because some of us, we more off the other man and don't go back to the brother man. You done listen, because they done talk crazy to you too. They overcharging you. They doing the same thing that the brother man is doing. But for some reason, some of us are more prone to accepting mistreatment from the other man opposed to the brother man. Moral of the story, businesses, please get it together. Get your customer service together. Listen, because we got competition from the other man, and you got competition from robots. You got competition from AI. So in this day where you get to actually deal with a person, please make sure that you have a pleasant person representing your business. You have a pleasant person representing your brand. And if you're the only one that's in that business, make sure that you are pleasant. Make sure you are responsible. Because I'm going to tell you all this. I had somebody that did something so unprofessional just recently. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was at a loss for words. And I'm just like, okay. And I was partly responsible for the mishap in the situation. Y'all see that? Listen, accountability, because I do the work. So I took my responsibility for it. I was definitely partly to blame for the mishap. Not entirely, partly. And in my defense, and the reason why I say partly and not all the way is because I was presented with an agreement and there were no deadlines in the agreement. So if you don't say time is of the essence, or if you don't put a deadline, a date, people think that they can do or whatever. They have all the time in the world because there's no date. So you get the stuff and you sit it to the side until you're ready to do what it is that you're trying to get done, only to find out that, oh, well, no, I can't do that anymore. I'm not available. Like, wait, but you told me that you were. Yeah, I can't say I missed the deadline to return the paperwork because in your contract, there's no deadline. There's no anything. So instead of being a business owner and following up and saying, listen, okay, are you still interested in this? I know we agreed. I haven't received that paperwork back. What are you doing? At that point, if I did not reach back out or confirm, then yes, you could take that as a, we not doing it. But if the last conversation was, we're doing it, I'm good to go, you're locked in, you solid, and then I call to come for the service, and you're like, oh, well, you didn't return the paperwork. And I'm like, well, there's no deadline on when to bring the paperwork. Like, there were no instructions. Why didn't you call me? You know, like, I got it now. Like, I'm ready to do it now. You didn't say, when was it due? And I'm just like, okay. So do you think I argue with them? I didn't argue. I didn't go back and forth with the person. I simply said, okay, got it. I totally understand. And what that totally understand means is that I will never do business with you, refer anybody to do business with you, because if you could do me like this, and again, yes, I take my accountability. I did not get it back. I did not get the documentation back over. But I can't say I didn't do it in time, because there was no date. There was no time frame. There was no, oh, you need to have this back so that we can solidify your service. There was none of that in the contract. So again, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'm just going to bring it in. I'm ready to do da. And you like, oh no. Oh, I can't do that anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm like, did I miss an email? Did I miss a message? Did I miss a call or something saying that we were off? I didn't get any of that. So had I not called to turn in my paperwork, I would have waited up until the day that I was expecting the service to find out that they had canceled. Again, I could have got it back the next day, the same day. But again, looking at the paperwork, it didn't tell me when I had to get it off. So that's why I say I'm partly to blame, because let me turn this in sooner rather than later approach. And it was my intention to take that approach. But when I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, there's no date. And they assured me that I was locked in and I was good to go. Just come back to work. And again, too, they didn't make it seem like it was a big deal to get the paperwork in, because you kind of know me. So it was not like I'm a complete stranger off the street. Like, you know me. So for that type of situation to take place, to me, I just frown upon things like that, because I'm very big on customer service and I'm very big on treating people how you want to be treated. So again, customer service, we definitely got to tighten up, especially, as I said, our favorite taco joint on the west side that we all love. But they just, listen, you have to go before the Lord before going up in there and ordering them tacos. And everybody on the west side know what taco joint I'm talking about. Everybody on the west side of Chicago know the restaurant that will make you pray, and you praying for your sanity. You praying that you don't have to go in there and tell this lady off, or whoever is at that window taking orders for them tacos. She be like, can I help you? Can I help you? What's your honor? I be like, look, I'm going up and, hey, how you doing today? Can I help you? Maybe she ain't hear me. How you doing today? Can I help you? What's your order? I'm like, well, first of all, you can't help me until we get past the initial part. How you doing today? Now, you all, is that a little bit too much? I just be wanting people to talk. I just be wanting people to just acknowledge that I said good morning to you, or acknowledge that I asked how you doing. Now, let me know, you all, because I could be annoying people and irritating people by doing that. Is that annoying? Is that irritating for as a customer to come in and ask you how you're doing if you're working, or say how you doing before getting right into what it is that I want? Because maybe I could be annoying people. Y'all got to let me know. Maybe I could be annoying people. Is that annoying? That's annoying, Cedric, because just go in and just, place my order. But that's not me. Like, that's not even my personality. Like, I genuinely be I like to talk to people. I be liking to, make sure people cool. I like to make sure people good. You just never know what type of day people are having. So I always try to be the ray of sunshine in somebody's day. Like, I always try to, leave a pleasant, experience, or, leave a pleasant, I just like to be pleasant, leave a pleasant memory. Now, that's not going to always work, because some people are just some douchebags, and they just douchebags just because. But don't let them take you down that douchebag rabbit hole. Don't let the devil use you. Just do what you can to be as nice and presentable as possible and pleasant as possible when, doing being involved in customer service. But again, like, it don't cost you nothing to speak to nobody. Like, I can't stand rude customers. I can't stand rude workers. It just absolutely burns me up. And it's been plenty of times that, I have walked out of establishments because you get two. I'll give you two. How you doing today? Can I take your order? How you doing today? Can I help you? And then I leave. No, you cannot help me, because you will not be putting your nasty vibes and your nasty juju. Y'all know attitudes that, that come, you can taste that in your food. It causes your food to taste all weird and stuff. You fix my food and especially my coffee. You cannot fix my coffee with a bad attitude. I just will not. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm good. We will not be doing this foolishness. So no, and no. So again, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it courteous. Let's be respectful. But again, if you having a bad day, I can understand that. But I be trying to be the person that try to turn your day around. But you only get 2 shots with me. After that, I'm gonna have to go ahead on to the next one. Now listen, speaking of the next one, what do you all think about this? Ladies, how long after you give a man your number does he have to contact you to set up a date? Interest in him. How long does he have? This brother got your number on Sunday. Here it is Tuesday, and you haven't heard from him. Do you now write him off and say, you know what? I ain't even interested anymore. What is that time frame? And fellas, how long? What is the time frame? And what are you all thinking when you get a woman's information? You get her number. How long does it take for you all to call a woman? Do you call her right away if you're interested? Or do you not call her right away because you don't want to seem like you thirsty? Or do you guys just get the number just to, get the number, or today we passing out social media, Snapchats and Instagram and all this other stuff. We doing a whole bunch of other things as well. But how long, fellas, does it take to contact the woman? Ladies, how long are you waiting before you lose interest? And then fellas, how long does it take for you to contact her if you are interested, or are you just collecting numbers? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. Listen, you have to get me, you got to get me right away, because I'm going to be like this. If you text me and you got to go back to reminding me who you are, for me, you done took too long. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm just not. Because for me, I just feel like, okay, well, you're not checking for me. You just wanted to see, could you get my information? And that was it. So it was just like a game. That's how I be looking at it. And I move on. Listen, you all, I'm the easiest person to just move on. I don't take a lot of stuff seriously. I don't get offended by a lot of things because I just don't like you get. First of all, if I give you my number, you better use it. I just feel like I'm just that chick. If I give you my number, you better use it because I don't give my number to everybody. I don't pass my number out. I got an excuse. I'm not gonna say what my lines be, but because I'm not friendly like that. Like I don't like entertaining new people like that. So if I give you my number, you better use it, and you better use it expeditiously. And I do mean expeditiously. And you better be ready to shake, rattle, and roll when you use it. If not, lose it. And I'm okay with whatever floats your boat. I'm okay with whatever it is. You use it, great. You don't, that's great. But me, it's not a long time frame. Now for those, that's just insecure. No, that is some will, some won't. So what? And next, we have to. This is a sorting process. Dating is a sorting process. We are no longer sitting here. What we sitting up here? What you panning over this guy for? It's been 2 days, 3 days. You ain't heard from him. Guess what? You can freely put yourself and say, you know what? He wasn't checking for me. He wouldn't. If he was checking for you, he would have contacted you. That's how I look at it. If ladies, we have to start owning this next statement. We have to, if he wants you, he's going to get you. He's going to put forth the effort. He's going to do it. If you not the chick he checking for, then you going to be the one looking on his Facebook, looking on his all this. You going to be snooping around trying to figure out what else he got going on. Whatever else he got going on should not even matter. It should, because it don't matter to me. Once you come over here, it's going one of two things. You either rocking down and you locking down on this ride, or you not. Either way you go, bless your love, and that is it. You know why? Because you got to enjoy your life. You have to enjoy yourself, your company. You can't sit up here and be so pressed. Like, come on, like we are living in a day and time where it's so much stuff. And I'm going to say this strictly for the single people. It's so much stuff to do outside. You got to get outside. It is on and cracking outside. Ain't nothing to do in that god doggone house. Stop sitting in that dang on house by yourself unless you're up in there like me editing videos and working. And then still with that, you got to pack. Sometimes you just got to pack your work up and go outside and just get outside and meet people. But please don't sit being lonely. Please. It's so much stuff to do. If you say, Jay, I be wanting to go out and try these new restaurants and be going to these places, but I don't have anybody to go with. Go by yourself. Go by yourself. Start having breakfast by yourself and just work your way up. Breakfast is an easy one to have. Have breakfast by yourself. Then go to lunch. And then before you know it, you'll be sitting at the bar at the restaurant that you wanted to try. You'll be sitting at the bar by yourself, enjoying that restaurant. Time waits for no man. Life waits for no man. Stop waiting to do things. Stop waiting to live your life. Oh, well, I'm not in a relationship, so I really don't want to do that because I don't know. I just don't feel right. Like, I don't looking at you. So what? Make sure you looking cute when you go up in there. Don't you look cute. That's the goal. Look cute when you go up in there. But stop waiting. So, fellas, for me, you got 24, 40, 48 hours, 2 days tops before now. I'm not gonna be interested. I'm not gonna answer. Now, if you call, especially if you text, oh my God, I'll be like, what are we, 12? Now, again, you all, I need y'all to help me. Come closer. Am I wrong? I don't like texting. I believe that grown men and grown women should be able to have a conversation. You can listen. You can text me, how you doing? Sporadically. But the bulk of the communication cannot and will not be a text through a text message. The devil has deceived you, my friends. The devil has deceived you. If you are in the 30 plus times 5 age group, y'all better pick up this god doggone phone. That's how y'all don't be getting taken seriously. Some of y'all wonder why y'all in the friend zone, you ain't picked up the phone. And please do not say, she ain't picked up the phone. Ooh, woo. If we don't get off this tit for tat type energy, ain't nothing sassier than a tit for tat type of dude. I swear, ladies, stay away from you, a tit for tat type of dude. What is a tit for tat type of dude? If you don't call him, he ain't calling you. I'm saying, listen, yes, we are in the season of reciprocity. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But fellas, come on. You got to change the narrative. You got to open it up. You have to lead. You have to lead with purpose. You have to set the tone for the relationship. You have to set the tone for the situation. So if the tone that you're setting is, oh, this is what we doing, we texting. Me personally, I'm not going to take it seriously. I'm going to feel like I'm in a chain of text. I'm in a text message thread with some other chicks. That's why you don't have the time to talk, because you're trying to text all of us at the same time. So eventually I'm going to stop responding because I'm good. I'm good. I'll be like, take me out of the rotation, sir. Take me out of the rotation, please and thank you. Until you show up with some grown man energy. Yeah. I'll see. That's why y'all be single. And you know what? And it's lit over here. I would rather be single than sit up here and be in some dude's rotation. Single me, please, and thank you. Miss me with all this bottom basic bull junkie. Miss me with it. Go ahead over there with them folks. They want it. They need it. I'm good. Listen. Miss me with all that foolishness. So again, for me, fella, he asked me for my number, and you get it, and you get the right number, and you don't use it. Okay. Don't come a week later texting, how you doing? Who this man Hoppo? Who this man Hoppo? No, not interested. Not interested. I am not. I'm like, we high school. We are not like those type of games definitely be over and through. But again, if that's the type of energy you want, ladies, if y'all want, you can start asking them. So when can I expect to hear from you? If you interested, I mean, I would. It depends on if I'm interested, if I'm vibing it. But I'm typically like this. Like if I'm not really vibing it, then I'm not giving out my number. Like, and I'm not gonna be a butthole about it. I'm not gonna be a douchebag about it. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Thank you. I really appreciate it. But like, I'm not even dating. Like, I'm not even dating right now. I'd be like, listen, or I'd be like, I'm trying to heal. That's always a good one. And it takes the pressure off of them feeling like they're being rejected. I'd be like, I'm just out of something and I'm still trying to heal and work through that. Ladies, I found that, and I gave y'all a little secret. So if y'all want to drop me a star for that little secret, because y'all ain't doing that. See, bring it on yourself. Blame it, like Reset Michelle said years ago. blame it on me. There's a way to do everything. And now this brother is not even feeling like it's him. Like, listen, I'm sorry. I just got out of a situation and I'm really not like, I'm just trying to heal. I'm not trying to get into anything new. I'm not trying to make any new friends right now. I just need to focus on healing. I've really been through some things, and right now is just not the time for me to be entertaining anybody. But I do appreciate it. I truly do. And I leave it at that. Now I know I'm good. Yeah, yes, I am, because again, it's never my intention to sit up there and try to be, like be a douchebag. Like you just don't have to. You don't have to be a douchebag. You just, yeah. Because giving people the wrong number these days, baby, they be like, oh, they pop that cell phone out real quick. They be like, okay, let me put your number. Oh, let me put your number in. Then you get them the wrong number, and they be like, I'm calling your phone. Where your phone? Oh, that's my other phone. I gave you my other. Now, and they got caught in a lie. Trust me, it's happened before. That's why I've had to perfect this one. You know what? I'm working on, I'm just getting out of a relationship. I'm not looking for any friends or anything like that. Like, you just blame it on me and keep it moving. But again, if you haven't contacted, if he hasn't contacted you after a certain amount of days, like just forget it. Just forget it. Now listen, speaking of just forget it, fellas, what do you all think about this statement? This woman says that if a man's car is over 5 years old, he is not financially secure. Oh, you heard me right. This chick said, if a man's car is over 5 years old, baby, he is not financially secure. What do you all think about that? And fellas, is that a fair statement? Is that an accurate statement? This woman says, if a man, child, listen, wait, let me get this. I'm about to be brand new. Child, she said, let me tell y'all what she said. She said, this man's car is over 5 years old, honey. She said that he is not financially stable. Is that a true statement, or is she reaching with that one? What do you all think about that, fellas? Is that a true statement? Ladies, do you think like that? Do you categorize men like that according to how old their car is? Would that tell you if they are financially stable or not? Now, look, sometimes I'm in between. I'm in between on that one. I'm really in between on that. And here's why. Because I know that a lot of men don't drive their real cars. They have work cars. So if you that chick that's focusing on the cars, be careful with using that as your way of gauging if he's financially responsible or if he's financially secure or not. Be careful with that method, because again, a lot of men have multiple cars and they very rarely use the good car, especially during the week. If they're working and they're running errands, they're not using the good car. So be very careful and be very mindful if that is your way of gauging if a man is financially secure and financially stable. I'm not really sure if I will if I'm going to make a big deal out of the car being 5 years old. Like, I don't know. I have to see. I haven't been put in that position to be shallow like that. I don't know. But sometimes, listen, I will be honest with you all. I've dealt with about of shallowness here and there, but I've gotten better though over the years. So I don't think that particular one is a level of shallowness or pettiness that that I've reached because yeah, I'm not gauging his stuff. I'm not clocking his stuff like that. I'm more so concerned about his credit score and where he's living. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you have a house? I'm kind of worried about those things because a car, okay, you got people that got new cars that are not even financially stable. You got people that have cars that should literally be on public transportation, but they're so busy trying to impress some, impress people, and I will say, I look at if you riding around in a luxury car and then you live in an apartment or you live somewhere where that car is not safe to be parked on the street. Now, I do look at things like that. And to me, that says that your financial priority is not together. It doesn't necessarily say that you're not financially stable. So for me, I look for more of priority. What's more important to you? Is it that luxury car, or do you got a car that get around? It's a cool car, but you got a house. Like a house for 500, Alex, because that's value. Like you get, that's value. The car has depreciated in value. So kind of just be mindful if you trying to clock whether or not he's financially stable by the type of car or the year of cars that they have. Like for me, I would tell myself, I don't like driving. I bought a car. It was a brand new car when I got it. And it's still, listen, I've had my car for 5 years and I don't even have 35,000 miles on my car. So that tells you I don't like driving, but I need a car. And I just, in my spirit, you all, I swear I have a rich heart. I just feel like I just need to be a damsel and I need to be taken care of. I need a driver. I need a car service. That's like in my heart and in my spirit. That is the type of life that I should be living. Like, I don't feel like I should even have to drive, but I do. And when I do, I make sure it's quick and I try to just not. So I spend a lot of time ride sharing. So I'm not never trying to go. I don't care how much money I get, how much money I earn. I'm never going out and buying an expensive, lavish car because I don't like driving. I need a driver. I need him to just come say, I am going to take you wherever you want to go. And that's what I'm going to sign up for. But in my heart, I just feel like I just need to be chauffeured around. I just need to say, they just need to say, come on outside. We down, your car is downstairs. Bring your coffee and your laptop and all your other gadgets and let's go. That's the type of life that I should be living. But I'm not. So I have to put 7 miles, 2 miles on a 5-year-old car. So maybe you can put me in that category. I don't give a good doggone what is thought of because I don't want to get another car. I'm not. So that's for me. But I think I know it looks a little differently for men. So ladies, I'm saying I'm not on board with that method. I don't really think that if his car is 5 years or older, I don't think that that's a good way to look at it. Ladies, you could be missing out on a good dude that got himself together because you sitting up here, got a chick that's trying to watch the age of the car because, again, she's not even considering the fact that this could be a business owner. He could work in construction. He could work in somewhere where his uniform and stuff get dirty and he don't want to dirt his car up. It's a lot of different reasons that these men are not driving their real cars. Now, the only thing that I will say is if he pulls up death contraption, I'm gonna have to, me being who I am, I'm just gonna have to ask him, because I have done this before. I have done. Listen, I talk to everybody. My son said I talk to everybody. I need to stop talking to strangers, but I talk to everybody. Saw this guy, and we were at the restaurant. We were getting coffee. So I'm like, I know you at the expensive coffee joint. So you got some expendable income, some doggone well. So I asked him. So I see the car. I said, now you know what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you, just like before I even said it, he already knew what I was gonna say. He's like, no, this is just my work. I said, even your work car or not, you're gonna have to do better than this. This is just not safe for you or anybody else on the road. This ain't safe. This should have been put away. I didn't say it in a snooty, because I talk a lot, so people don't, take. So we had a nice laugh about it. But I'm going to say something like time, and again, I've been told to stay out of people's business, leave people alone. And I am, but I be coming in peace and I be coming in love. But sometimes I do have questions I need to have them answered, because guess what? Then I can come back and I can tell y'all what they said. See how that happens? See, had I not said nothing to the brother, then I would have been able to tell y'all what this brother said. But that's the only time that I would be, prone to look and, even inquire about somebody's car. But I don't think that is not, ladies, that she struck it wrong. She struck it wrong with that one. She struck it wrong with if his car is more than 5 years old, he's not financially stable. She may need to flip that around. His car is 5 years old. That is why he is financially stable, because he's not wasting his god doggone money paying an unnecessary car note. I can't wait to stop. I've paid off 2 cars in my lifetime. I don't want another car note. I just don't. So that's the reason why I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep this car. But then every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, this car makes me so god doggone sick. But I'm like, okay, again, I don't want a car note. So I'm like, but that just be the thing that I wrestle with myself. But again, ladies, don't let this lady send you off from these good dudes that got themselves together, that got a job or got a business and things of that nature. And she telling you, because this car 5 years old, he ain't financially stable. She needs to be worried about if she's financially stable. Baby, why you worried about his 5-year-old car? How old is your car? And where do you stay? And what is your FICA looking like? And what is all your stuff? See, sweep around your own front door, because if you looking down on somebody that got a car that's 5 years old, you better not come up in here with no car from 1980. You better not. You better have the type of car that you are expecting this man to have. Now, speaking of expecting this man to have, you all. What are y'all thoughts on this foolishness? What are your thoughts on your partner accepting Valentine's Day, birthday gifts, or any type of gifts from an ex that he or she still likes them? Oh, honey, so your boo, your mate, your spouse, their ex, buying them gifts, and your partner, they're accepting the gifts, knowing that their ex still has feelings for them. What say ye about that foolishness? Is that a no-go? Is that foul? Is that like, you know what? How could you do something like that? Why are you accepting? What are your thoughts on that? Is that low-key opening the door up for cheating? Again, this is an ex, and your spouse or your significant other, they're accepting gifts from their ex, knowing that the ex still has feelings for them, knowing that the ex is flirting with them and all this other stuff, inboxing them. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, King. You looking handsome. You know how y'all be doing. Y'all be doing that low down, that sneaky flirting. Y'all, be all up in. Good morning, beautiful. I saw, y'all know how y'all be doing all this little slick slithering and all this other foolery up in these social media streets. But is your mate or your spouse wrong in gifts? Dun, dun, dun. Listen, anything that you don't want your man or your woman doing, you anything that you know, if you doing it behind their back, you know that it's wrong. If you get the gift from the ex and you have to go and you have to hide the gift because if Mr. see the gift, he is fixing to cuss you out. If Sheila see the gift, she burning everything that belonged to you. So that's how you know it's wrong. They always used to say back in the day, don't start no mess, won't be no mess. You should not be accepting gifts from an ex, especially when you know that they are still feeling you and they trying to get back with you. And here's the thing, even if they're not, like, I would be like, why are you still trying? Why are you giving me gifts? If it's something small, then maybe. But if it's, they giving you these nice chains and all. Now, it's some stuff is just too much to be accepting. And it's going to be some expectations. See, I'm going to tell y'all, this is how it happens. This is how you mess around and you make a mistake and fall on that schlong dong. This is how this mistake cheating happened, because you get so excited. Oh my God. Oh, I got it. Oh, thank you so much. He bought me this. And then they slide in. You should meet me for drinks. And then before you know it, you done mess around and fell on his schlong dong. Oh, yes, you have. You have messed around and made a mistake and fell on his schlong dong. Or, sir, you have made a mistake and fell in between her lily of the valley. You just fell in between them thick thighs by accident. It wasn't on purpose, but you just got so excited about that gift, and she's just so happy to be laying down, and you just made a mistake and fell in between those thick thighs. Oh, honey, let me tell you, the devil is a liar, and a whole bunch of y'all be falling for this bull junkie. Look, don't even do it. Okay, don't even accept the gifts. Do not, because I'm telling you, it's a trick. It's a mistake, cheat right around the corner. I'm telling you, it's a fell on it. Oh my God, we got drunk, and oh my God, I don't know what happened. You do know what happened. You know. Well, I didn't even mean that. You did mean it. You meant it. You got all excited about that god doggone gift, and you just fell on that schlong dong, and then that was just that. Hey, family, I see all of y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. You fell on that schlong dong because you accepted that gift. So you subconsciously already opened up the door and you already set it up. So you don't have to cheat that very moment, but in the back of your mind, you already know. You already know it's going to be going down. And y'all know I ain't lying either. These are the situations. These are how those oops. How did that song what tweet? Oops, there goes my skirt up over my head. Yes, these are the type of situations that have you saying, oops, oh my, oh my, oh my. He just so excited. He done sent you this, and she just get all excited. Like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, well, won't you? Listen, he already telling you. I'm telling you, he already telling you what's the deal. Why won't you come thank me? What? He telling you, won't you come thank him? And you should just meet me for drinks. You know that's not what he meant. He wants you to drink something. He wants you to drink a little something, and it ain't no liquor either. You know what the nasty bastard wants you to drink. You know what he wants you to drink. But it's cool. It's cool. And if you fall for it, husband need to throw you away. Now, fellas with y'all. Oh, man, you know what? You ain't have to do nothing because listen, fellas, I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all can be so easy. Now, I love y'all. Hey, Jeremiah, Cedric, I see you over there laughing. Hey, Sparkle. Fellas, I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all so easy. Stop being so easy. But ladies, I'm going to tell y'all how easy some of these dudes are so you can make sure you doing what needs to be done so your dude don't be easy for these chicks. Dudes are suckers for women doing nice things for them. Oh, baby, you think a woman get hot and bothered because a man do something for her. Oh, honey, do something for a man just because. Baby, he done turned into, listen, you can slut him out if you do something for a man. Because guess what? They're not used to women doing things for them just because. They used to women wanting them to do things for them and expecting things to be done for them. So does something for your man, y'all better watch it. These men, I'm telling you, these men, some of these men are easy. They can slut it out just, baby, for a home cooked meal. He been trying to get your behind to cook him some pot roast and some potatoes, and you too busy. And the work wife at the job done brought him some pot roast and some potatoes, and now she is able to slut him out because he done got full. So you gotta. I'm just saying. Now, fellas, tell me, am I lying? Jeremiah, you said, come on through, such. He said, I'm not going to deal with you. But tell me, am I lying? Some of you all can be slutted out for a meal. You could be slutted out for some pot roast and some potatoes. Some of you all can be slutted out. So, ladies, listen. We're going to keep it. We're going to help these dudes not be slutted out, okay? So you got to start doing nice things for your husband, doing nice things for your dude, so that the cleanup woman don't come through and be able to slut your man out because she has given them a pot roast and some potatoes. I'm just trying to keep your men from being slutted out. Now, guys, listen. Tonight, we are talking about, should you stay together for the kids? Should you stay together? Y'all been together. Things are just rocky. It's not looking good at all. All y'all doing is arguing. You not happy. He's not happy. Listen, the dog ain't happy. The kids ain't happy, but y'all got kids. And you like, you know what? Listen, I grew up in a home where there was no, that my parents they stayed together. Even though they argued, even though that they were unhappy, they stayed together. And I'm going to stay together for my kids. I don't want to have a broken home. I don't want to split my kids up. And all of those, you all, are admirable reasons to stay together. Should you stay together for the kids? Let's kind of break that down a little bit. If you stay together, first of all, what type of environment is it right now? Is it toxic? Because if the household is toxic, and I mean, y'all getting down, Ike and Tina getting down. One day you Ike, one day she Ike, y'all getting down. though that might not be an ideal to stay together right there. That may be an opportunity. You know what? You got to go to your separate corners. And it doesn't mean that you all have to divorce and all this. Sometimes you all need to go to your separate corners to work out whatever it is that's causing you all not to be able to get along with each other. Sometimes you need to get a third part. You need to get somebody in there to try to help you figure out what's going on. But monitor the level that is in your particular relationship, particular marriage, because if all you guys are doing is fighting and arguing in front of the kid, and this relationship is just no good for anybody, that is a time that, you know what, maybe we can't stay together. Maybe we can't. If we can't go to our separate corners and try to regroup, maybe we can't. So when you think about, staying together, when you say it sounds good, because again, nobody wants to tear up their homes. But sometimes staying together, it's worse. It has a bigger impact and a more negative impact on the kids than you all going your separate ways and being healthy and happy and then showing up to co-parent for your children in a healthy state of mind. Sometimes that separation is what's needed. But again, at the same time, you can decide if the separation needs to be permanent, if the split up, if that needs to be something permanent, or do we have to just separate to work on ourselves because we genuinely want to be together. But if you purpose in your heart and you know that you've already checked out of that marriage or you've checked out of that relationship and you're staying strictly for the kids, I don't think that that's a good idea. It's not going to work because the love between you all is gone. And there's no amount of staying for the kids is going to work because you've checked out, or if one party has checked out, staying together for the kids is going to be unbearable. It's going to be unbearable. But if there's still some love there, and you all just need some separation to work on your issues, then do that. But to stay together and argue and fight and cuss each other out every day in front of the kids is not going to work. It's not going to work. Your kids deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. Once the love has gone, once the respect is gone, separating physically to get it together definitely should be a priority, because what's end up happening is our kids are looking at how we behave towards one another. So now we're teaching them how to love. We're subconsciously telling them and showing them this is what love is when it's really not. So sometimes staying together is doing more harm than it is good for the kids. Again, just because you all adults, you cannot coexist in the same household anymore, doesn't mean that we don't still both show up for the kids. And that's the important part that needs to be addressed, because sometimes I'm going to tell you, some of these kids, they see that the parents are miserable together and they hoping that one of y'all get the sense to say, you know what? I'm done. Please leave. They waiting on that. Because if they see, and this is how they see it, if one of the parties, your husband, say 16 hours a day. So 16 hours when you and the kids, it's peaceful. But as soon as daddy come home, now we all arguing and everything is up in an uproar. The kids see it. They see it. They see it. They not necessarily taking sides, but they just wanted to be, listen, they know y'all shouldn't be together. Because you happy when daddy ain't here, and most likely daddy working 16 hours because he ain't happy, and that's why he's over there. When you have situations like that, sometimes it's just, again, you know what? I'm going to go to my own separate corner. You go to your separate corner. And then from your separate corners, talk about what this thing looks like. What does the state of our marriage look like? What does the state of our relationship look like? Not what does it look like for the kids, but what it looks like. What do it look like for us? Like Life Jenna say, let's stay together. Don't do it for the kids. Do it for me. If we gonna stay together, you got to stay together for your husband. You got to stay together for your wife. You can't stay together for your kids. You did not make vows to stay together for your kids. You did not make vows to them. You made promises to each other. So if you are at the point where you feel like, you know what, I'm no longer able, or I'm not willing to honor my vows to this person, but I love my kids and I don't want my kids to suffer, co-parenting may be the route to go. But I would know, for me, I would never want him to stay with me for the kids. Don't stay with me for the kids. Stay with me because this is where you want to be. Because I'm who you choosing and you who I'm choosing. Because staying for the kids, you settling. You're settling. Just like when some ladies, they get pregnant and then the dude stay because you got pregnant because you knew he didn't want to have kids out of wedlock. He's not going to love you like that because he never stayed for you. He stayed for the baby. And that's not going to do anything but breed resentment down the line. So although the ideal and the concept of let's stay together for the kids, although that is a noble concept, that's a noble thing to do, if we ain't staying together because we want to be together, we not together because you loving on me and I'm loving on you, what do we have? It's not going to work. The kids ain't going to be happy. You not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. Nobody's going to be happy. So again, in theory, yes, staying together for the kids, it sounds nice. It really does. Staying for the kids sound nice. But if you really look at it, sometimes staying for the kids does more harm than it does good. So just because you're deciding to go to your separate corners, when you get to your separate corners and each individual, now we've calmed down. Now we can decide if this separate corner thing, if it is permanent, or if the separate corner thing is just, you know what, we taking the time out so that we can rebuild. You focusing on coming back together. That's what it is. We're focusing on coming back together, but we can't do that in the same house. But staying for the kids, don't stay for the kids for me. If you ain't staying for me, then don't stay. Don't stay. Staying for the kids, again, in theory, it sounds good. But sometimes situations are so toxic that it's more harmful to stay together than it is to just go to your separate corner and then work on rebuilding from that point. I'm not saying separate or, legally file separation papers, but sometimes you just need to take a step back, take a breather. You get into a place where you're calm, she gets into a place where she's calm, and then you work on and you think about, what do you want going forward from your relationship or from your marriage? What are we doing? And then you factor in what we doing with the kids. But the top of the line should be us staying together for us. And then we figure out what to do with the kids, whether we're staying together for us or whether we're going to break up and co-parent. But whatever you decide to do, you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your partner to do what is best for you. You shouldn't have to suffer and be unhappy for the sake of your kids. Because again, that type of unhappiness, it spreads to the kids. And most times the kids end up getting hurt worse in the process of people staying together for the kids, because it's so much toxicity between the parents. Nobody is even focusing on the kids because you're so busy at each other's throat. So should you stay together for the kids? Stay together for you, if that's what you decide to do. But if you're in a situation where it's toxic, take a time out. I'm not saying take a break. Separate so that you can be in a safe corner, she can be in a safe corner, and you guys can figure out what to do with marriage and with your relationship. And then we factor in how to make things better for the kids. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Jaye Spot Radio. Go to our Facebook page, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot. Go to Instagram, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot. Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night.